Philly Reckoning, 6 degrees of Diddy separation. It's time for a family reunion, a block party because the block is hot. Now, I'm not trying to start any mess because Philadelphia is truly a city of cousins, okay? My mother went to high school with Patti LaBelle. I hope Patti is not in any way connected. But anyway, I digress. But I need to share with you all of these connections. And I mean, it is not in any way exhaustive, this list, but it is interesting. Something is going on because Philadelphia produces so much talent. And my concern is that the talent is being abused, okay? Let's get into it. We're going to start off with Jaguar Wright. This is one of the bravest women, and she came on the scene and she broke the Overton window. She's been out here on a long journey, a long road, and those who have been following her know that she's been vindicated. She received an award from General Flynn. She was recommended for this award by Liz Crokin, a journalist who, if you know, 2017, when we were in the back channels learning about those drops, learning about what people like Hillary Clinton were doing, the Haitian situation, Clinton Foundation, right? Pizzagate, right? Liz Crokin was the one that was going to interview the alleged mistress of Jay-Z before her very unfortunate death. So if you know, Jag has been vindicated.
Everything she's done has come to fruition, by the way. No more conspiracy.
Unfortunately for Diddy and a lot of people in Hollywood, there is one extremely brave woman who knew what was going on with Diddy, Jay-Z, and a lot of their pals. And not only did she expose them, she absolutely has been scorching them for years. I do not think that there's anyone that is more feared than Jaguar Wright. So with that, I would want to thank Jaguar for being so courageous in a time where there's very few in media and also in politics and especially in Hollywood willing to do something and say something when they see pure evil happening. And she's been doing it for a very long time. They called her crazy for years when she was calling out Diddy. Guess what? She was right. So Miss Jaguar, I love you.
This is not so much a hit piece as it is a heritage audit because Philadelphia has what's called the sound of Philadelphia. Once the frequencies were that of healing and community togetherness, as the city is called, the city of brotherly love. I mean, am I my brother's keeper and my sister's keeper? If I see abuse and I hear about abuse of people's talents that the Most High Yah gave them, who's going to stand in the gap? Who's going to just let certain people do the heavy lifting? We must have a Philly reckoning because it is time to redeem the music trust. This list of Philadelphians are not just in the music industry, but they're going to span entertainment as well as politics. Next degree of separation would be rapper Tiffany Lane, who went by the stage name Charlie Baltimore, a name given to her by her alleged boyfriend, the notorious B.I.G. He encouraged her rap career, and that is how she was in the Diddy bad boy circle. Next degree of separation, we have Philly native Kalina Harper, singer-songwriter, member of Diddy Dirty Money, which helped to craft that Last Train to Paris era. Gorgeous voice, layered ties. Next up, we have Sylvia Rhone, a very influential figure in the music industry with roots in Philadelphia. And she also has been a trailblazer in the music industry, beginning in the 70s, top executive positions at major record labels, including Atlantic, Elektra, and Universal, Epic, and she was the first Black woman to be CEO and president of Atlantic's East-West Records America division. So she has been instrumental in launching also the careers of Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, Tracy Chapman, and Metallica. So even though she may have loose connections, she is a part of the music industry and also a notable Philadelphian. Next is Brashear Yaz Gray, who played Hakeem on the hit show Empire. There is a lot to unpack with what has happened to this man. This is a tragedy, and it is something that needs to be investigated. People need to speak up. We need to find out what has happened to Brashear Yaz Gray. Philadelphia, am I my brother's keeper? Next connection would be Motown Philly, Boys to Men. They are Philly's R&B kings. Puffy co-produced tracks on their Evolution album. So that is their connection. Next degree of separation would be Philadelphia's comedian, and that's debatable, Kevin Hart. And he has built a comedy empire. It's a mystery to me how he has done that, but he is definitely linked to Diddy. Next up is Philadelphia's own Troy Carter, former Diddy intern turned manager for Eve, then Lady Gaga. He learned from Diddy the art of industry chess. Next up, we've got the Prince of West Philadelphia, Will Smith. He recently distanced himself from Diddy, and I believe every word he has to say. I don't believe the rumors, Will. I don't believe not one of them. You recently had a street named after you, and I believe you deserve every accolade and honor, Will. You are an upstanding man of Hollywood. But anyway, here's Will just out with Diddy, just being a couple of dads, right? Happy Father's Day. Next separation would be DJ Drama. Hood Gangsta Grills tape cemented a direct tie to Diddy. He is a major DJ exec for the A&R, Atlantic Records, and more. That early cosign by Diddy stands as a career highlight, linking him back to the bad boy family. Next separation, we have Eve, Philly's pit bull in a skirt herself. This is Philly rapper turned global icon, launched by Rough Riders, but guess who mentored her manager? That would be Troy Carter, Diddy's former intern. That bad boy business blueprint was in her paperwork before the ink dried. But Spitfire bars to sitcoms, Eve's Philly roots run deep in the industry. And I have to say, I'm thinking about that story in which she was at an after party of a Grammy when she felt like somebody had dropped something in her drink. And Janet Jackson came to the rescue and helped her. I'm starting to think about that story a little differently now. I'm really glad Eve made it out and she is okay. Next degree of separation would be South Philadelphia's Beanie Siegel, hardest voice, a Rockefeller soldier. But don't forget that Rock and Bad Boy were often rubbing shoulders in the early 2000s. They shared studios, tours, and beefs, okay? So while no direct collab with Diddy, Beanie was part of the industry street class that rose in parallel. Philly to New York City pipeline, fully active, 1 degree of separation max. Next degree of separation would be Gilly the Kid, aka your favorite cousin who always knows too much. Gilly the Kid is Philly's underground king turned podcast royalty. Back in the day, Gilly claimed to have ghost written for Lil Wayne, putting him in the middle of Cash Money drama, but also brushing shoulders with bad boy industry types. He's called out the industry handlers, gatekeepers, and fake friends, which includes Diddy adjacent figures. No contract, but plenty of commentary. Gilly knew the game early, and now he podcasts like he's holding court at the Boule barbecue. Next degree of separation, we have Charlie Mack, first out the limo. The first name on everyone's list. He's Will Smith's longtime friend. He is an industry fixer and the unofficial mayor of Black Hollywood. While no official bad boy badge, Charlie's fingerprints are everywhere, from Jazzy Jeff to studio execs. You better believe Puffy knows him and has probably called him for clearance once or twice. Because if you're doing business in Philly entertainment, you call Charlie, period. Next degree of separation, we have Terrence Howard, actor, crooner, and cosmic philosopher who is forever tied to Lee Daniels, Empire, and Precious, who came through the same industry pipelines as Diddy. Now, Terrence recently on a podcast, he spoke about the Diddy parties and the man card, and it is a pretty powerful testimony. And a lot of people are challenging the validity of his story, but I have to take his story and his testimony as he has given it, and I do appreciate what he has added to the conversation. Next up is South Philadelphia's siren, Amber Rose, with a passport to every high-powered circle. Amber is South Philly's boldest export. She rose to fame as Kanye's muse, but her early days were spent in Philly clubs and hip-hop circles where bad boy-affiliated artists regularly passed through. Once she hit the spotlight, she was seen at Diddy-hosted parties and moved in the same elite social spheres. Never signed, but definitely sat front row at the show. Her trajectory is textbook. Glow up through the gatekeeper class. Next degree of separation, we have Lisa Left Eye Lopez, born in Philly, made history in Atlanta with the group TLC. She was a true visionary, an artist, and she was a rebel. We know about her temper, and there is a rumor that she went to Clive Davis's office with a pal and wanted to confront him over some contract disputes. But the members of the group have publicly denied this claim. It was a 2013 interview where Chili stated, "We didn't pull a pal out on Clive, actually," clarifying that they were frustrated over financial issues, but they didn't resort to such a measure. So even though they deny this story, it persists in pop culture. But it does symbolize how they were done in contracts, really dirty stuff. I mean, Pebbles, we heard about that allegedly, and L.A. Reid. You know, it's really sad. But that's the story, and there's more regarding Lisa Lopez that deserves its own investigation. Next degree of separation, we have Philly's basketball god, Kobe Bryant, who attended Diddy's 50th birthday bash just weeks before his tragic accident. Now, the social circles definitely overlapped. In fact, Kobe did do a little rapping for a while. He was doing a little bit of that. So there are lots of overlaps. And, you know, it's a lot of symbolic timing things we could talk about. Next degree of separation, we have DJ Active. This is Diddy's tour DJ for key performances. Philly turntable tactician, keeping the live shows locked in. Next degree of separation, we have Meek Mill, born Robert Rymeek Williams in South Philadelphia. His uncle was Grandmaster Nell, a pioneering DJ in Philly's late 80s hip-hop scene. So it influenced artists like Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff. So his family legacy is what influenced him. From mixtape battles to Maybach music, his rise was rooted in Philly's sound and maybe struggle. Now we have a lot of other interesting things. It seems that Meek loves to go shopping, possibly, allegedly. Now here is a wild card. We have Benjamin Netanyahu. A lot of people don't realize he is from the suburbs of Philadelphia, and Whitney Webb's latest investigative article titled "One Label Under Blackmail: The Early Intersections of Diddy and the Epstein Network." This thing has people in a chokehold as it delves into the alleged connections between Sean Diddy Combs, Jeffrey Epstein, and broader intelligence networks, including Israeli intelligence. The article suggests that Combs' rise in the music industry was facilitated by a network overlapping with Epstein's, involving figures like Andre Harrell, Clive Davis, and Russell Simmons. Webb posits that both Combs and Epstein operated within systems that used blackmail and exploitation as tools for control and influence. While the article does not provide concrete evidence directly linking Diddy to Israeli intelligence or Benjamin Netanyahu, it raises questions about the interconnectedness of entertainment, politics, and intelligence operations. Next up is the gatekeeper of all gatekeepers and ultimate power exec, Clive Davis, the founder of Arista Records and the mentor to Whitney Houston, as well as Alicia Keys and, of course, Puffy himself. Diddy got his official industry start under Clive at Uptown Records, where Clive backed Andre Harrell, who brought Puffy in. Without Clive's signature on key checks, Bad Boy as we know it may have never happened. And now, thanks to Whitney Webb again, Clive's name is resurfacing in darker corridors tied to the Epstein web, exploitation networks, and shadow industry agendas. He is a kingmaker or something more. And one thing I know is that Jaguar Wright, she named him in 2020 and was courageous enough to stand up against him and possibly Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Next degree, we have E. Ness. That would be the band member handpicked by Diddy. He is a Cheesecake Quest survivor and certified Philly battle bar beast. Next degree of separation, we have Michael Rubin, the new white party czar. He is the Fanatics billionaire and bro to Meek Mill. You might see him in the past courtside with Jay, party twinning with Diddy. As Puff's empire starts crumbling, Ruben's star seems to be rising, with familiar faces filling the guest list of these white parties. Sometimes the torch doesn't get passed, it gets seized. Watch the throne. And also keep an eye on this merch king turned cultural handler, because it's amazing how many people are being summoned to these white parties that he's having. Look at the heavy hitters. Next degree of separation is North Philadelphia's rock star alien, Lil Uzi Vert. This is Philly's sparkly chaos gremlin. They say he's a rapper. They say he's a rock star. He is a walking hot topic altar call. He sparked Satanism rumors with upside down crosses, 666 drops, and lyrics like, quote, "I made a city girl believe in Satan." Fans swear his name sounds like Lucifer if you squint hard enough, and maybe throw a pentagram in the air. But Uzi says it's just art, just vibes, just diamond in the forehead fashion sorcery. Believe what you want, but this isn't your grandma's Philadelphia sound. Next degree of separation is Lee Daniels, director, gatekeeper, and soul snatcher by some accounts. Philly born, but his fingerprints are all over Hollywood's most ritualized trauma stories like Precious, Empire, you name it. He built the stage for Diddy's heirs apparent like Yaz and Terrence Howard, all while keeping the machine oiled. When the curtains get pulled back, don't be surprised if Lee was the stage manager all along, allegedly. And the next degree of separation is Pink, and I do mean separation. Our Doylestown Jawn, Philly by culture, she may have started in an R&B group and got scooped up by LaFace, but she is saying, listen, I don't know Diddy, okay? I may have taken a picture with him, but don't put me with Diddy. A lot of people were speculating that because Pink had erased a lot of her, tweets on X, that she was trying to distance herself and scrub-a-dub all of her past. So she came out and let everybody know that, no, don't put me with him, okay? All right, Pink, got the message. Next degree of separation, this is a twist that the algorithm didn't see coming. I did not see this coming. Joey Lawrence, or as we say in Philly, Joey! Yes, that Joey from Philly sitcom, Sweetheart Years. Now he's booed up with Chili of TLC. So Chili connected to Lisa Left Eye Lopez, Clive Davis, and then Diddy. So this is 6 degrees of Diddy. That's what we're doing here. Sorry, Joey. I'm not trying to tarnish your legacy, but hey, we're doing a Philadelphia reckoning because Philly really is a Hollywood hub. They do call it the Athens of America. Interesting. This next degree of separation has me giggle snorting, okay? Because I really love Jamie Kennedy, Philly's prankster turned podcaster with a front row seat to the Hollywood illusion.
Don't be hating. Please don't be hating. Don't be hating.
We can appreciate what Jamie Kennedy did in that movie, Malibu's Most Wanted, and that's why I wanted to throw him in here, because he mocked all the fake gangsters right to their grill and sold popcorn while doing it. He held a mirror up to every label fabricated thug with a stylist and a ghostwriter. So I really love that he is further exposing Hollywood currently. So that's why I wanted to put Jamie in there.
When I say Mally, you say boo. Mally, the boo's number 1, hardcore. I'm sorry. Here's another example. But I'm crazy.
Okay, we're going to wrap up these connections because they could actually go on and on. But we're going to just finalize it at baby oil. I know. This is the most bizarre because, yes, Johnson & Johnson baby oil has a connection to Philadelphia. Okay, let me tell you how. There was a big pharma company in the suburbs of Philly in Fort Washington called McNeil Laboratories. Now, they are the makers of Tylenol. So that is headquartered just outside of Philadelphia. Like I said, Fort Washington. So McNeil Pharmaceutical was bought by Johnson & Johnson, which is not that far from Philadelphia, just across, in Brunswick, New Jersey. So the Johnson & Johnson company bought McNeil. So they became Johnson & Johnson, I think, consumer whatever division out there outside of Philadelphia, like in the suburbs. So there you are, the baby oil connection, 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Johnson & Johnson, they have, the Tylenol recalls of the 80s, I guess, and the baby powder lawsuits. So they gave us the cultural grease that kept the machine sliding along. It's not just baby oil anymore, folks. It's Babylon's lubricant. Thank you for listening. I really want to hear what you have to say. If I've missed anybody, I know the list is longer. I'd have to do another one. But anyway, I will see you soon. We'll follow up with a live stream because the Diddy case is coming up May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And we're going to decode that because Tupac Shakur factors in, okay?
We ain't
no
living
Diddy.
rich over here. And you got a whole blackmail case on this man. A button you ain't push, you gonna push it. I think her white husband sent her after Diddy to bring back the cheese.